All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Floyd, a.k.a. Commish, a.k.a. owner of Team Delaney's Saggy Tits, and I'm here with Nantucketts Revenge, the best fantasy football league in the world. And as per usual, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, owner of Team Magnum XL United. How you doing, Michael Wiseman?
I'm doing all right. How's it going?
I'm doing fantastic. How about them Cowboys, boy? You know, my Cowboys are coming off an immaculate victory. It's almost bittersweet. I made my first true bet of the season. I bet $100 on the over for that game. It was supposed to be a 52-point total, and obviously that didn't happen. But
13-10.
But I'll take it. I'll take the W, and with a little grain of salt. But it's cool by me. Wiseman, you want to take us into the standings here?
Yeah. So still at the top, Team Delaney Saggy Tits, 10-2, followed by a pair of 9-3 teams, Team Joe Mixon, Yo Bitch, Trevor, and xnxx.com/Alexis Texas, Rob Zabecki, followed by the only 8-4 team, Get to Black, Damian Brown. Then 2 7-5 teams rounding out the top 6 for the playoffs is Four Down Territory, Mike Brobes, and Team Butts, Kyle Butts. At 6-6 is the Golden Taint, who is pretty much eliminated from playoff contention. I think the only question is who's like what the seeding's going to end up being like, because will it be Rob or Trevor who has the bye, or it just depends on who's going to be facing off in that first round. And then I am 4-8, followed behind Ricky, and then Nick, the Evansdale Carpet Munchers, are also 4-8. And then the 2, 3, and 9 teams fighting to stay out of relegation. Juices Loose, Mikey Martinez, and Multiple Gorgasms, Derek Walker, followed by the guaranteed relegated 2-10 Nantucket Quails, Drake.
Yeah, so what's interesting is obviously this is week 13. This is our last week of regular season, but most of what we got going on is already settled, but there are a few really interesting things that could be shooken up. Things that are already settled. I'm already regular season champ, no matter what. So that locks up. I think it's $200. I have the typings all on my computer somewhere. I have to look it up. So I'm automatically regular season champ. Thank you very much. And Nick is already relegated. And as well, our whole playoff, the teams are already locked up. Like you said, it's just about the seeding. Our 7th team, Ricky, because of how lucky he's gotten, because he scored so few points. Even if he were to win and Buzz was to lose, Ricky cannot take over that last playoff spot. So our top 6 teams are already decided. We already know who's in the playoffs. It's just a matter of where they're going. I don't necessarily care who I face. I just hope that I don't get somebody really challenging in the first round. But at this point, they're all kind of really challenging. You know, I'm praying for a Butts or Damien Lotto pick, but who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, fair enough. And just to speak a little bit about the relegation circumstances here, the teams that are in the realm of possibility to get relegated are the bottom 5 teams potentially. So it just really comes down to who ends up winning and losing. If either Derek or Mikey lose, they could get relegated, especially if the other wins. So if just one of them loses and one of them wins, the loser will be the one that gets relegated. But if Mikey and Derek were to both win, and then Nick or I were to lose, we would all be 4-9. So at that point, it would come down to who scored the most points, because that's the tiebreaker, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
So speaking of that, we can just jump right into my matchup with Derek Walker, and this is the biggest matchup of the week. I'm 10-2. Multiple Orgasms are 3-9. If I lose this game to Derek, this opens up relegation to Mikey and potentially Nick somehow. And before this game kicked off, I was projected to kick major ass. Looking at projections, I was projected the highest of the week, which is a big deal because this is week 13, which means the highest score of the week, just like in week 1, gets paid out $100. Weeks 1 and 13, the highest score gets paid $100. Week 1, it was Team Four Down Territory. I went and looked. I had scored like a whopping 165 or something, but Mike Brokes took it down week 1 by scoring like 177 points. So this week, somebody gets paid $100. And mine and Derek's matchup looks like it could be a shootout. Unfortunately, that bittersweet win resulted in Michael Thomas only getting 9 points for me and Amari Cooper 13. I definitely think I should win this matchup, but Derek has a quality lineup going. Austin Eckler, obviously the fill-in. AJ Green's back. Tyreek Hill, Brandon Cooks, boom. I mean, that says enough. He's also got Doug Baldwin. He's got some other volume guys like AP and Kenyon Drake and Russell Wilson going against a weak San Francisco team. So I caught a lucky break with TJ Yeldon being that Fournette is out. So my team is still very quality with some good matchups. But this week determines everything. This matchup determines everything, I mean. We have any opinions on this?
Yeah, I think that you are right. His lineup is looking pretty solid. He's got Brandon Cooks back. Didn't have him last week because of the bye. Same with Tyreek Hill. He's got AJ Green if he plays. And then Austin Eckler, like you said, great fill-in. So, yeah, his lineup doesn't look too bad. This is a must-win for him, though. His points for, I believe, is only 14-25. So I think he's like 75 points behind Mikey. So if he loses, he's pretty much automatically relegated.
Yep. And that's all we got for that.
Well, I guess unless Nick loses too. Well, no, because if he loses, he's done. Never mind. That's right.
If Derek and Mikey both win and Nick loses, Nick gets relegated. Nick will drop back 2 spots and get relegated, and that would be crazy. We never really seen that one coming with being a middleman.
If Derek loses and Mikey loses too, I think Mikey has enough points scored that Derek will definitely get relegated because of I think the difference is 75 points.
Mikey, because I think Mikey has a tough matchup. I forget who it is. Let me see. Oh, he has Ricky. So if Mikey, but Mikey's whole fate could pretty much lie in my team's hand. If I win, then Mikey's safe regardless. Yeah. But Derek has a quality lineup this week, and it's do or die. And our matchup determines the whole thing, and it'll be good. Derek's off to a good start with 2 of my best receivers.
And if you lose, it still doesn't matter because you still have a first-round bye.
Because I still have the 1 seed. Anyways, next matchup on my docket is Team 4 Down Territory versus the Nantucket Quails. That's Mike versus Drake. Nothing going on here. Except for Drake getting a donut from Traquan Smith. But this matchup is only going to matter as far as seedings go. I don't see Mike getting highest score of the week with Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara delivering 21 points total. So I don't even really see the need to even go over this matchup.
Yep.
It should be
win. Easy win for Mike.
Even with that, it should be Mike, unless James Conner eats, T.Y. Hilton eats. Vance McDonald? No. No. Want to take us into Team Juices Loose versus the Golden Taint?
Yeah, sure. I think that going down to Mikey's team first, Matt Ryan's got a tough matchup. Baltimore's defense is solid. Lamar Miller's been doing well because the Texans have been doing well. So we'll see if he can keep that going. Cleveland's defense is pretty tough. James White, I don't know. Sony Michel's back, so definitely not going to be seeing as much volume, but still going to get a lot of passing work. Minnesota's got a tough defense. Hear that?
Yeah, you're damn right Minnesota's got a tough defense.
All right, just wanted to make sure you heard it.
That bullshit narrative all year.
All right, just want to make sure you heard it.
The Cowboys defense.
Mike Evans, pretty tough matchup against Carolina, but Tampa Bay puts up points, so solid, of course. But yeah, other than Zach Ertz at tight end, the rest of his team looks kind of ugly, but Zach Ertz, definitely can put up 30 points. So once that's, unless we'll see if that happens. I don't know. Not a guarantee though. But other than that, not really seeing where he's going to get a ton of production from. Pierre Garcon's questionable against Seattle. Same with Tyrell Williams, Pittsburgh, which those are 2 tough matchups, even if those guys are 100%. And then playing 2 Raiders. The Raiders just look terrible. So I don't know. Jared Cook, I guess, has potential, but the Raiders have looked pretty bad for the most part.
Yeah, and I'm peeping over these 2 teams trying to decide on a winner, and I realize how ugly both teams are. They're projected 1 point apart, 115 to 116. Mikey needs this win. If Mikey wins, he's not relegated. If I win, he's not relegated. This game means nothing. This matchup means nothing to Ricky other than the clout of possibly relegating somebody.
The clout of relegating somebody. Dropping the hammer.
Literally, Ricky could relegate Mikey with this win.
Oh, so you think you're going to get the clout for relegating Derek?
No, we already know I have too much steez. Nobody likes. I'm not like the bully picking on the little kid. Like if it happens, it's just whatever. It's like it's lose lose. Like you know what I mean. Like you wrestle a girl. like if you have to wrestle a girl in high school, if you win, ooh, congrats, you kicked her ass. If you lose, like nah. Like if I lose, I look bad.
Right.
If I win, it doesn't mean anything.
It's a lose lose.
It was Derek, and I ran the tables all year.
So playing Derek in fantasy football is like wrestling a girl.
Literally, dude. It's lose-lose, catch 22. But that's the name of the game. All I'm looking to do is be the highest scorer this week. Try to make another $100. I've already locked up regular season champ. I'm looking to take home the $800 for first, and $100 this week would be nice too. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. Next matchup I got is Team Joe Mixon Yo Bitch owners. Trevor Wisconsin was somehow pulled off a 9-3 record, like miraculously this year. Fuck Trevor. Versus Evansdale Carpet Munchers, Nick Rudder. Nick has miraculously pulled off 4 wins this year. Nick's projected for 107 points. That's just straight doo-doo cakes. He's gotten a 4-ball from Mark Ingram.
Doo-doo.
And in some crazy world, Nick gets relegated. If Derek and Mikey both win, Nick just has not pulled off enough. He's not scored enough points, and he'll end up dropping down and getting relegated. Mikey's matchup is close with Ricky's. Derek could easily upset me, so I don't see Nick winning this one. Trevor's got too good of a team anymore. Joe Mixon, Juju, Jared Goff, Kareem Hunt. That says enough versus the team of Sammy Watkins, who's probably not even playing. Nick has Jordan Reed and Rob Gronkowski. That'd have been cute 2.5 years ago. You know what I mean?
Don't forget Austin Hooper.
But that ain't it, bro. He's starting 3 tight ends. He's starting 3 tight ends, and there's not even one safe tight end in the NFL anymore. It's only Zach Ertz.
And Kelsey.
And Kelsey, because he's going to get the volume, but there's no such thing as a tight end anymore. It's not safe.
Okay, now we're on to Butts and Rob.
Ain't nothing to say about that. Go for it. Break it down for us.
I mean, what else is there to say? What do you want me to say? You're right.
Nothing to say. Yeah, we already have the 6 playoff teams decided.
Okay. Let's see. Justin Jackson. That's cute, Butts.
I don't even know who that is. Big me?
He's the 3rd string for the Chargers.
Buzz has been doing this shit all year, and he pulled himself into a guaranteed playoff spot by the last week. How does that happen?
Two 1-point wins.
Oh, my back-to-back weeks. Highlight of the year, Kyle Butts. 2 1-point wins, back-to-back weeks, for all the clout with the worst team in the playoffs. But the thing is, he's still got CMC, Antonio Brown, Robert Woods, Emmanuel Sanders, any given week, man. But who the fuck is Justin Jackson?
The only reason I know who he is because he's on the Chargers.
Who you got in this matchup?
Rob got a nice start with Zeke.
Yep.
But definitely no Melvin Gordon hurts him. But the fact he's got Julio, who's leading the league in yards, and Hopkins, who's obviously a beast. Kittle's been one of the 3 safe tight ends alongside Ertz and Kelsey. So, I mean, Theo Riddick's at least going to catch some passes. Same with Christian Kirk. So, I don't know. Rob's team, I feel like, is just too safe unless Butts' team goes off where, AB gets 30 points and McCaffrey gets 30 points. In situations like that.
And this matchup does matter a little bit. If Trevor loses and Rob wins, that's a
first round bye.
First round bye. That's huge. That's huge because we have some dangerous playoff teams. But never mind. Trevor's not losing to Nick Rudder. Never mind. So we can scratch that up. Trevor is the number 2 seed. Rob will be going.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're pretty close in points for. So
Trevor and Rob are.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pretty close. I'm gonna peek.
All right, peep it up. Pipe it up.
Yeah, Trevor has 1,689 points, and Rob has 1,665. So Rob is 24 points behind Trevor.
Wow, so that's not even the matchup that matters then. So literally, all these matchups are for, since we assume Rob's going to whoop on Butts, we assume Trevor's going to spank on Nick. Rob's looking to outscore Trevor by 24 points.
Yeah, if he scores 25 more points, that'll do it.
It hurts not having Melvin Gordon for that, but that's definitely doable with Zeke off to the start.
That's true.
A couple little cute intricacies going on. And then the game, I don't know if it matters at all, your matchup. Can Damian even jump seedings?
No, Damian. I think if Damian loses, your volume just went quiet. But I think if Damian loses and both Butts and Mike are able to win, he might be the lowest scorer out of those three teams. So he might end up with the last seed if he loses to me, and then Butts and Mike both win.
Yeah, and you're floating in a dead zone where the only way you get relegated. No, you can't. Never mind.
I think it's nearly impossible, but
Nick hasn't scored enough points. And so this matchup's pretty much useless. Damian has been he's like Ricky. His team's not as bad as Ricky's, but he's been riding that run good train where you face the right teams in the right week, and you turn in an 8-4 record with a team that only has Adam Thielen.
Damian's team is the inverse of mine.
Literally. And that's the way she fucking goes, boys. So that wraps up us, but there's 2 leagues to Nantucket's revenge, as we all know. B League was rather not so competitive, but Michael, if you would pull that up on the B side standings,
Yeah, I'm pulling up.
Andy Miller, who we had on, and Billy Block are going to be the number 1 and 2 seeds going into the playoffs. The 3 seed, is it already settled that it's my mom? Hold on.
No, your mom's in 5th right now.
Oh shit. So, what's your points for?
14-26, and the other team that's also 7-5 has 15-48.
So my mom's not gonna make it in. So it's Andy and Billy are gonna make it in for sure. It's
gonna be one of those. It's gonna be 2 of those 3 teams are gonna make it because they're all 7-5, and then the rest are out of playoff contention.
Anyways, so yeah, what's going on is that's Devin Pooley versus Lucas. No, my mom gets in no matter what. What am I saying? Devin Pooley versus Lucas Briggs, a.k.a. Kittle Biddles versus Killacam, face off this week.
Oh, for the playoffs.
The 3rd and 4th seed are playing each other, so one of them gets eliminated. My mom's actually automatically in with a win.
But what if she loses?
I think she's got an easy matchup. Go to the scoreboard.
If the higher scoring team loses and she loses, she could get eliminated. Actually, I think if she has to win to get in because if she loses, then she might not have a high enough points for.
Okay, so my mom shouldn't lose because she's facing Ryan Wicker. I need to make sure Ryan's lineup is set because I don't want this to come down to a thing where Ryan fucks us over by not setting his lineup up.
Pussy.
He's got a legit lineup out, so
don't be a pussy, mate.
So this is like so we have 2 matchups that matter. You want to pull up my mom versus Ryan Wicker?
Yeah.
So we got a team Mama Rehan versus Stupid Foot Fairy. Owners is Sonia Rehan and Ryan Wicker. My mom got a pedestrian 15 points out of Alvin Kamara, but a nice 10 out of Cowboys D. Judging by the rest of this, there is a crazy scenario where she loses. But having Keenan Allen, Joe Mixon, Brandon Cooks is a big deal.
Yeah, I think her team's too good to lose to Wicker's poop team. Why is he starting with Zach Crowell? Is he even playing?
What about Gronk and AJ Green and Sony Michel? I have to have Wicker put all those guys in. So this matchup's gonna actually be way more competitive.
Yeah.
Oh wow. So the relegation is gonna come down to if my mom can beat Ryan Wicker or Ryan Wicker can have the clout of stopping that playoff matchup, because then the only other matchup that matters is our 3rd and 4th seed. If you would pull it up, we have Team Killa Cam versus Kittle Biddles.
Hey, shout out to Wicker for having Dele Alli as his picture.
Who is that?
Dele Alli.
Who is that?
He is an English soccer player. He also plays for Tottenham.
So this is Lucas Briggs is one of Drake's buddies versus Devin Pooley, both 7-5, 3rd and 4th seed. For all the marbles, they're projected like 5 points apart. Judging on the face of this game, who do you have, Wiseman? I think I have Lucas.
Yeah, I like Lucas's.
Christian McCaffrey.
Oh yeah, that trio is nasty though. Gurley, McCaffrey, and Adams is nasty.
Yeah.
Same with Kittle. Man.
I actually think I have Devin in this one. Devin's floor seems too safe.
Yeah, but Galladay
is good too. Yeah.
Galladay, Hilton, Beckham is a great trio of receivers.
This sack honestly the matchup of the century to decide.
Yeah, this is a good matchup. I don't even know if I can pick one. Man, that's tough. I guess
So,
just
Chicago is scary. T.Y. Hilton against Jacksonville is scary. And you could say the same thing, assuming.
I don't know. Like it feels like I will say that between all the players in these two matchups, Devin has the worst two with Reynolds and Adams.
Yeah, but that's true. But I'm not going to count out Josh Reynolds after scoring a 30 bomb last week or however many weeks ago it was, too.
Yeah, but might be chasing points.
That is chasing points. So who do you got?
I don't even know if I can pick, but I guess just like you say that you think that Devin's floor is safer. I think Cam's floor is safer. So like just to like reserve, I guess I would take Cam's team. But dude, I could see us going either way. This is gonna be close.
Loser has to wait until next year. Winner has a chance. Winner has a chance to move into the A-League.
Unless your mom loses, then if she loses, both these teams will get in.
Right, which actually there's a decent chance my mom loses after we plug in, or after I text Wicker and tell him to plug in the right lineup. And I'm only doing that, guys. I'm only telling him to plug in the right lineup because he hasn't fucked with his team all year. That league was not competitive, and we're not going to have obviously players who are obviously should be starting. We're not going to have them sitting on the bench because somebody doesn't know how to play. Ryan Wicker's never played fantasy football before in his life. I paid for him to play in that league. That's how desperate we were for people. So,
we'll get some more.
That's all we got. And yeah, so next year the B League is going to be much more competitive. You said you had people hitting you up. I know plenty of other people who are going to want to get in the B League as well. Only things that we know right now, I'll be the number 1 seed going in, first round bye. Drake is already relegated, and it stung, and I'm sure it stings, but I know he's going to eat it like a champ and come back swinging next year.
He's going to have to work real hard in that B League. Because, I mean, even though, like, you can draft a good team, it's
all variance,
it can collapse. So you just gotta be prepared and make sure you're staying on it. But I know he will. So, yeah, I hope he can join us next season because I know how much he enjoys it. But
it sucks losing Drake. It honestly sucks. It hurts me.
Yeah, not next season, but the season
Drake's
after.
My boy in fantasy football for like the past 4 years. So it hurts. It hurts. Me and Drake used to split teams and split money and do all kinds of goody stuff. You know, that's the price you pay.
I mean, isn't this kind of what happened to you last year? It's just it wasn't relegation on the line.
Literally. Literally, dude. Literally. That's the difference. I've ran good this year, and I'm grateful. But, you know, you set yourself up for those W's, you know? So.
True.
That's it from Nantucket's Revenge. Definitely hoping to get a championship belt this offseason. Wiseman, you and I both got to look into that. Fully engraved everything.
You see, the thing is, I've always like sent you links and stuff of like what we could get. Since you're the commissioner, I was letting you make the decision. But no, this is a good thing because now if you at least win something, you're gonna be more motivated to do it. So now it's finally gonna get done. So I guess there's that.
Well, you see, that's the annoying thing of being the only guy that likes running shit around here, wants to put plans into action, is that it all gets put on me. But that's why I choose you, Wiseman, as my right-hand man, because you're the only other one I could trust to fulfill some duties.
To do literally anything.
So fucking take some initiative, because everybody else is like, what, bro? Derek finds out his relegation. What the fuck you mean, bro?
I thought we were boys.
I know, you pulled the I thought we were boys card. Like, come on, dude.
He's like, you're going to relegate me? I thought we were boys. Like, he took it as a personal attack that we did it to get rid of him.
And the thing is, oh my god, I hope he gets relegated this week. I hope I fucking blow his ass up, dude. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got from Nantucket's Revenge. Thank you all for a wonderful, wonderful season. I think Rob David got our most views. Next year, I also plan on having some better production as well. I want a desktop setup. I want something legit. Like I'm trying to spend anywhere from like $900 to $1,200 on a full sexy setup for real. I want a really nice desktop setup.
You might not even have to spend that much. Like, I don't know how much
That's what I
all
said,
the
but I want
equipment
to.
costs, but
Because I got buddies that build computers here, but
yeah,
yeah,
a lot of people are doing that kind of stuff these days.
especially with fucking esports blowing up and shit. But,
They say
yeah, hopefully some better camera production, some editing. We got a long ways away. I'm trying to be able to have this belt sitting over my shoulder in 10 years as well. So everything, it's all going to get better throughout the years. Leagues are going to get more competitive. It's going to get more fun. It's always fun.
Oh, yeah.
But that's it. Signing off here with the Dallas victory. You got any shout-outs? You got anything to say, Wiseman, after a full season? After a full season, how do you feel about this season?
Well, it wasn't necessarily a great season fantasy-wise. Got multiple teams that ended up like 4-8, something like that. So just didn't end up going the way I thought it was going to. But it's fine. I didn't get relegated, so it gives me a chance to come back next year and be better. So
you got the strategies for next year?
I feel like it's too early to come to a conclusion like that.
Yeah.
But Chargers are 8-3, so go Chargers, making the playoffs, baby. Can't wait.
Fuck the Chargers. And that's it. That's all I got.